Did BlackRock get exposed for dumping Bitcoin? Yes, no, maybe so. That seems to be the general consensus all over the internet. So let's go and talk about it. Also, Bitcoin did break below $90,000 support yet again. So everybody that said Bitcoin will never go below $90,000, what are you guys even doing? What are you guys even doing? As far as BlackRock manipulating the market with Bitcoin, I don't think that they manipulated the market. That's not how inflows and outflows and those types of things go. And it's not even their Bitcoin. It is the people that are buying their ETFs. They're custodying that for them. So they're not manipulating the market. You'll see that headline though. However, IBIT, BlackRock, and all those things, they did have some really bad outflows. IBIT had a record one-day outflow yesterday of $523.2 million. Year-to-date inflows are still strong, above $25 billion. So they have inflows of $25 billion, but they had a bad day yesterday of about $500,000. So if you do the math, we're fine. Also, November has only produced 3 days of net inflows for all spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's kind of what's happening with the current state of the market. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto, every day. I'm WendyO. Make sure you guys smash a like on YouTube. Oh no, my toenail got stuck on something. On YouTube, on TikTok, on Rumble, on X, on Twitch, all the things. Good morning to all of the channel members. Good morning to Mr. Mike, Mr. John Germain, Gorgeous Julie, Stephen Young, Mr. R, Mr. D, Mr. Mike again, Mr. Gamer, Mr. MJ. Who else? And everybody else that's watching. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, so let's go ahead and cover the news. I know the market is like super weird, right? Because there's lots of people calling bull market, a lot of people calling bear market, etc. Yeah, BlackRock does a lot of terrible things, but they're not doing anything terrible with Bitcoin. Like literally all it is just their custody. Well, I don't even want to say custody. They buy Bitcoin on behalf of the customer's demand. And so right now, a lot of their customers are selling, which again, that makes sense. So let's go ahead and kind of talk about it. And this is why it's so important to have a really good crypto CPA or a CPA, financial advisor, CPA, etc. I have lots of them. Well, two, CPA and a financial advisor. And I also have a bunch of attorneys on retainer because you never know. But this is what these people do, especially people with money, is they pay people that are smarter than them, or that can give them different insight to say when you should be selling, when you should be buying, how it's going to impact your taxes. They don't just buy and sell for profit. They buy and sell to also impact their taxes, how much they do pay. That's why people get so mad at rich people. They're like, oh my God, they're rich. They should pay X amount of tax, blah, blah, blah. Well, we can debate that all day long, but realistically, at the end of the day, you are given the same opportunities to an extent. I mean, obviously, there's still there's a lot of discrimination between retail investors and accredited investors. But the thing is, though, is that you still have the ability to look to the law, to the tax code, and grift ethically and legally, just like the elites do. And now, like first and foremost, we have cell phones. We have cell phones. And with these cell phones, we have the internet in our fingertips. Like way back on the day, we used to have to go to the library, okay? Which I love the library. I need to take low. It's been a while since we've been there. And now we have AI, and we can use AI to our benefit to take these laws, take these regulations, these tax rules, etc., dump it into AI, and then come up with something that makes sense for us and our family. And then if you want, you can hire somebody and whatnot and get, that legitimate advice, but take advantage of these. And I feel like, because I grew up poor. I grew up with not a whole lot. Like my mom was like, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Like my mom forced us to do stuff. I don't know what's happening with this generation. Like, do parents not parent anymore? Do they not like tell kids like you need to do X, Y, and Z? Like my daughter, she'll come in, she'll be doing her spelling tests or whatever it is. And she's like, or doing her math problems. I have her sit down and do those. And I'm there to help, but I want her to figure it out themselves. And I go back and we grade them together. But she'll come in and she'll be like, Mom, how do I spell this? Or how do I do this? I'm like, well, you have your phone or you have your laptop. So why don't you Google that up? Like force your kids to literally, oh my God, Flip Cycle. That's dope. That is so cool. They allow you to check out vinyl records. I'm going to have to go for that because I'm a big record collector. But anyways, that's not the problem with the children. That's the problem with the parents. That's the problem with the parents. Not only are the kids lazy, they don't take self-accountability, which we could blame that a little bit there. But it's like, where are the parents? That's your job as a parent. It's literally your job as a parent to assist your kids, to teach them, to be like, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. You're supposed to guide them. That's why I don't think everybody should have kids. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And that goes with anything in life. So anyways, as far as manipulation goes, like what's going on with that and whatnot, there's literally manipulation everywhere. It happens. But at the same time, it's also the end of the year. So again, these people that are selling IBIT or selling the Bitcoin spot ETFs, they are probably selling to realize gains, or to maybe like get tax advantages, or who know, I have no idea. I have no idea. So that's what's going on with that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this story. So this is from Mr. Eric B. He's talking about IBIT having the worst day of outflows ever, about $500 million. But again, I do have kids. I have my daughter, she's 9. I co-parented and raised 2 stepkids. And I also have, I had my baby cousin who came to live with me. I helped her graduate high school way back in the day. I was, way back in the day. So yeah, I've helped raise 4 kids, different ages, boys and girls. So we'll talk about parenting and whatnot. Because I've done so successfully. Well, they're doing okay for the most part. Anyways, but yeah, we have about $500 million. What was it? We've got billions. We have $25 billion of inflows that are still strong above 25 billion. So there's that. When is it time to sell? If you were going to sell, it was time to sell months ago. That's why we always talk about profit taking and risk management. Now, Bitwise comes in hot over here. They say Bitwise CEO pushes back on bear market fears and says institutions want Bitcoin's value as a service. So let's talk about what this means really quick. He argues that Bitcoin's value comes from the service of storing wealth digitally without relying on governments or banks, which is funny because I want to say they have a spot ETF or something like that, but these are TradFi guys. And it's funny that he's saying value comes from storing wealth digitally without governments or banks. But isn't that what you are, sir? He says rising institutional demand for service supports a long-term trajectory. Yes, people like the idea of Bitcoin, but at the same time, a lot of people are lazy and they are not going to hold it themselves. Oh, is a sudden drop due to Powell speaking at 2 p.m.? Powell's speaking today. Trump wants to replace him. There's all that drama going on, which as Americans, we place so much weight on these people. I'll get back to that in a second. Back to the Bitwise gentleman. He also says the recent pullback is short term, not shift in fundamentals. Yeah, it is short term. It's short term. Is everything going to be okay? I hope so. But moral of the story is that we place so much weight as a society of what these elites say, which is why the e-files are so interesting. Which I'm not even going to get into that again because my opinion will not be met with much understanding of that. Because it doesn't really matter what the results are. People are still going to work with these people. They're still going to hire them. They're still going to let them in their inner circles. They're still going to do all these things. That's exactly what's going to happen. Hey, Mr. R. And that's something that happens with society as a whole with these types of things that we see very, very often. You can say somebody did X, Y, and Z to me. You can even have proof of it, but they still allow these people in society to operate. And then if you do something to protect yourself against it, you're the bad guy. I digress. I'm just like, whatever. I've seen it happen way, way, way too much. So that's an unfortunate situation. But as far as Powell and whatnot, like we could even say that's market manipulation. We can say what we want about that. But moral of the story is the market's going to do what it's going to do. Now, so that's what's going on with that. We'll see what Mr. Powell has to say. But long-term, the institutions are buying. They care about their bottom line and they're buying. It is what it is. And then we have Mr. Jim Cramer who makes he makes an appearance here. He says, almost feels like Cabal is trying to keep Bitcoin above 90,000. I like Bitcoin, but I do not like any of the derivatives created to play it or game it or mine it. And that's so funny that he says that because he comes from the stock market. So I left a little funny comment. I was like, have you heard of the stock market? The stock market crypto is an extension of the stock market. The stock market is incredibly manipulated. It always has been. With that being said, markets are going to do what they're going to do. So it is up to you. Thank you. I got this from the thrift. We get a lot of stuff from the thrift. I haven't been for a while. I need to go. And I got more in pajama pants gun from Target on sale for $10 because they're nice and cozy. And I'm short, so they fit my height. But at the end of the day, you need to learn to trade and invest, profit take, have a trading investing plan, those types of things, right? So Current state of the market over here. Let's see. Make sure y'all smash a like. Stark is or this is the weekly. Let's go to the daily. Everything's down for the most part. MYX, I forgot what that was. It was like an airdrop or something, but everything's down, which makes sense. Market's not doing great. Also, to you guys, TradingView is having their Black Friday sale. And if you're somebody who does want to learn to trade or invest, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway with them too. And the way that that partnership works with them is they give me free access to their Premium Plus, and I shout them out and do the giveaway for them. I think it's going to be on X, so make sure to stick around for that. But if you really want to learn how to trade or invest or read charts, TradingView is a really, really great platform. It does cost a little bit of money. So they do have free subscriptions, but you might want to pay if you're somebody who's actively trading. Okay, so there's that. But let's take a look at hey, where's my stuff go? Where's my stuff? My markets. Is that it? We'll see. I'm tired today. I need another cup of coffee. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I was up at 5 yesterday. I just keep waking up early. I don't sleep. But Bitcoin is trading at $88,000. Is it over? We're in a bull market or bear market. We can sit and argue and debate this all day long. It doesn't really matter, though. Bitcoin looks like absolute trash on the chart. It does. It's not looking great. So if you're somebody who shorted the exact top, thank you. I love to see it. But we do have support 75,000. You know, we've got some nice support there. And I think 75,000 might be the local bottom. Why? Well, if we do take, and again, this is not financial advice. This is just kind of glancing at the charts, but we have some support created here in April. When we finally broke out above 75,000, that's when we really rocketed up to all-time high after months and months and months. We got all these little candle wicks. October, June, May, April, all kinds of stuff. So that's happening. Where's the CME gap? Let's see. Let's go. Oh, here it is over here. Okay, so we filled the CME gap, but we're still going down. So these gaps do generally get filled and we're still going down. I mean, realistically right now, 75,000 does look good. But you know, we'll see what happens there. As far as Ethereum broke down below $3,000, which isn't great. So hopefully we get back up. But right now we need some sort of catalyst for that. Solana trading at 130. XRP was actually bullish yesterday. It was one of the most bullish charts I saw as we completely erased our gains of 7%. And now we're dumping again. So I'd probably look to 178. Chainlink, $12.84. ADA, 43 cents, despite, you know, all the bullish stuff that's going on with midnight. HBAR is also down 13 cents and just dropping. And that's kind of where we are at the market. If you want to trade with me, I am on Kraken. We've got the QR code up there. And then down below or on iTrust, it's really kind of up to you what you would like to do with that. But I'm going to be doing something cool with Kraken soon. Another cool thing with them. But again, I got you. Got it. But there's that. Oh no, the heat's coming on again. All right, CoinDesk. So good news for XRP holders. So let's go and listen to this clip by Mr. Dave Portnoy. He's ridiculous, but apparently he bought $2 million worth of XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum last night. Interesting picks. Oh, looks like he's partnered with Kraken too. Yay. Let's go and listen to Mr. Dave about this big purchase.
Now, am I eligible for this? Because here comes the announcement. Last night, Monday, November 17th. If you want to look at what I did, here it is. I hope I'm not giving away nothing. I probably am, so I probably shouldn't show. 638 bought $500,000 of XRP. 637 bought 400,000 of ETH. 637 bought 750,000 of BTC. 636 bought 500 more or reverse of XRP. So in total, last night, $1 million of XRP, 400 ETH, 750 of BTC. Blood in the streets. Dave's like a piranha. Dave's like a great white. He's just shark on fins. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. I know we can't.
All right, so he's funny. He's funny, but he bought the dip, so good for him. But we'll see what ends up happening with him. He's great, very entertaining. Shout out to Karina Martinez for the $4.99 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Also, shout out to Chris from the O Army for showing up. Who else? All kinds of people here. Weston is up in here. Oh, Julie said foreclosures are hitting hard here too in my neighborhood in recent weeks. Very surprising from my area too. I'm noticing that too, Julie. And I've got I decided I'm going to move to South Orange County. So my eyes are on the market right now because I want to move. I want to move. I want to be bougie. I'm in my soft girl era, but yeah, we are seeing a lot of foreclosures and different things like that. My curiosity about that is if we are going to, if those are people with the 2 to 4% interest rates or people with high percent interest rates. That's what I'm curious about, to kind of see what's going on. I don't want the heat to go on. I'm going to be so hot. Ugh. I don't like to be warm. I'm about to take my socks off. All right, now Mr. Trump, he said that Dave Portnoy made a smart trade. Smart trade. So, you know, Dave knows what he's doing. He's a big boy. He knows how to do the business over here. Oh, look at, I'm over here on live on X. Love to see it. Now, next story over here. So this is a clip from Mr. Charles over at the Midnight Summit. He says rising costs are pushing people towards sound money. Despite political hurdles, he sees privacy igniting a 2026 Giga Chad bull run and Bitcoin hitting $250,000. So what does that mean? He's basically betting on privacy. And he's basically saying that, you know, with privacy, that'll help bring in a bull run. That's what the quote is. And you know what? I hope so, because every single downturn we have, and this market is a lot different than the previous markets, primarily because like we have the institution here. So it technically is different. But privacy is a really, 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 really big narrative right now. I mean, Zcash, let's see over here. Hold on. Let's go back over here. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit tired today. So Zcash actually, again, Zcash has done incredibly well. Like, shout out to everybody who was holding for all those years. This is what max pain looks like. Could you imagine holding from 2020 all the way until now? You know what? The whole Epstein bankrolling Bitcoin and the fake news that goes on the ticky tack is freaking hilarious to me. I really, really hope, like, this is the thing. I addressed this yesterday, so let's address it again. We'll get back to Charles. So when we're talking about a true decentralized economy, you guys understand that anybody can participate, right? Oh, that's you, Sugar Shane? That's you that's doing it? So anybody can participate. Can they be disgusting human beings? Yes. Can they still participate? Yes. And that's why I personally can't operate in a true decentralized economy, and most people can't either. So did he bankroll it? I would highly recommend you look into all the different Bitcoin developers, all those different types of things. Bitcoin blockchain goes way, 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 way back. I have a friend that was one of the early miners there and all kinds of stuff. So that's another interesting thing. So if you can, I mean, did he bankroll it and whatnot? I have no idea. But he also used cash. He also probably used JP Morgan and all those other things, and we still use those. Do I like it? No. Do I like him? No. But I'm just pointing that out. I'm just being problematic. Because why not? It's good to debate these types of things. I think so. But it's just funny. I'm seeing a lot of like propaganda on TikTok primarily about that type of stuff. Like, oh, Dan Penna was right. Blah, blah, blah. Dan Penna is very smart, but he's a crazy person. There's lots of crazy people out there. But anyways. And again, you guys know me, I'm very much against all that stuff, being a survivor myself, not with that mess, but in other things. Anyways, and if you guys do want to donate to House of Ruth, they're a wonderful women shelter. Well, actually women, children, men, hamsters, whomever, you want to donate to them. I've been donating. They've been on auto pay since like 2020 for me. That's wealth right there, baby. But other than that, let's get back to the whole privacy thing. The privacy narrative is incredibly important. So every single cycle, I'm like, what's going to be the next narrative? What's going to be the next narrative? And I think this next narrative is going to be privacy. Like we saw DeFi, we saw meme coins, we saw NFTs, we saw all these different assets and now are these different narratives. And now it could potentially be like privacy. That's what we're seeing now. So that's what Charles is talking about, because he's talking about Midnight. We're talking about Midnight. Midnight's kind of like Cardano's sidechain for privacy. And they did like a big airdrop, all kinds of stuff for people that hold, I don't have all the coins on the top of my head, but it's like Cardano, I think Solana, XRP, Brave, BAT, Ethereum, Bitcoin, etc., and a couple other ones too. So correct me in the chat. You guys know better than me. You guys know better than me. You know better than me. So privacy will probably be a big thing coming. They'll probably be, and if privacy coins end up saving the market, then what we should be paying attention to, especially the new stuff that comes in, get in and out. Probably that's what I would do. But I hope it pumps the market. I hope that's in the next thing that sends us, because it's looking a little bit glib, right? Now, next story over here. Let's see. So shout out to Charles. I'll probably do some more media about that a little bit later. I wasn't able to go to the Midnight Summit. I had some personal things to take care of, some health stuff over here. As you guys know, I haven't been feeling well. But also, shout out to Polygon. Polygon records near peak activity level on Poly Market Surge. And it's always really funny when people are like, oh my God, what is Polygon even doing? Like, what do they do? Well, like Poly Market is like built on like Polygon. So there's that. That's what they do. That's one of the things they do. They do a lot of things. But anyways, this story over here, let's get into it. So Poly Market is driving near peak activity on Polygon, becoming its top app in October. They've got lots of apps and dApps. Poly Market had 3.7 billion trading volume in over 30 days, surpassing QuickSwap and Uniswap. 70,000 daily active wallets on Poly Market contributed significantly to Polygon's liquidity. And Polygon daily active wallets are rising, boosted by payments, DeFi, and Poly Market activity. Wow. So I guess Polygon is doing something. Shout out to my moon bag from 2018 or whenever the hell it is. Send it to $1, please. Oh, I've got a new fan club I get. Ooh, nice. Also, too, when we're talking about the Polygon news, Revolut integrates Polygon for payments, trading, and staking, processing $690 million to date. So shout out to them. Would love to see it. Also, too, so I got an email from my bank. They're like, hey, we'll give you 3.50% APY if you open a brand new account. And I tried to log on to do it because I was going to transfer some cash over and then I couldn't do it. So it's just like, whatever. But that's why we have crypto and that's why we have DeFi. So this actually came out earlier this week, but I wanted to just kind of bring this up to you guys because I really, really, really do like what Aave is doing. And they're one of the OG DeFi products. Tried and true, been here. Act like you've been here before. That's exactly what they did. They're launching a retail-friendly savings account. Available on waitlists on iOS, users can earn up 6.5% annualized yield on deposits. This is higher than most money market funds and offers balance protection to up to $1 million per user. It doesn't say if it's FDIC, but the app will enable users to deposit funds from a bank account or debit card subject to daily limits as well as stablecoin transfers. I want to know more about the balance protection of up to $1 million, what that means. I want to know what that means because I might just do it. I might just pull on my cash. Why not? My 5 pennies, I might do it. Because that's pretty good yield. But again, we still do need to know where the yield comes from. Also, 21 Shares is debuting their Solana Spot ETF today, which is great. Love it. Solana and XRP ETFs have done incredibly well despite this current market. Also, too, BitGo powers institutional custody and staking for Doja digital asset BitTensor ETP, listed on 6 Swiss exchanges. As far as the Monad thing, we're kind of watching this. This came out a couple of days ago. Only 63%. This was November 18th. So yesterday, only 63% of the token sale has been subscribed for Monad, and this is going to be on Coinbase, which is interesting. So what Coinbase is doing is Coinbase is essentially taking over the entire market share, which is that's something that we talked about on the show that I thought was going to happen. That basically USDC is going to be the CBDC coin of everything, and Coinbase is going to be like the big bank, like the big guy that's coming in. And that's exactly what they're doing. So shout out to them. But Coinbase, they have their own little ICO platform that's there, and they're going to be featuring like one crypto project a month. Thrift store, baby. Everything's from the thrift store here for the most part. It's cooked like our baked yams. So can somebody on TikTok sing me that song? Is it Give Me the Yams or Let's Get to the Yams? I'm going to have to play that. I love that song because I love marshmallows on my yams. And I make a really good one, but I'm not cooking this year. It's a long story. Lots of family drama. But anyways, it was only subscribed, like 60%, which sucks because it's really giving you what the current state of the market is. And Coinbase used to be a powerhouse with new listings, and we're not really seeing that happen now, but that's okay. We'll see if that shifts eventually. It's only subscribed 63%. Also, too, shout out to the Hedera community and Dead Pixels. I'm going to be participating in the Mint Party. It starts today at 3:30 p.m. ET. I'm not good at math, so maybe it started already. I don't know. But basically, there's no whitelist during the 24-hour Mint Party. Every time you mint an NFT from one of the projects, your wallet number will be entered into a draw to win one of the prizes that project has made available for minting in their collection. So I love the Dead Pixels. There's my favorite. All these other projects on Hedera are great too, but I really like the Dead Pixels because they're cute. They're cute. They're very, very cute. I like them. There's stuff like that. So if you guys want to participate in that, great. If not, no worries. But it's going to be super fun. Shout out to everybody on Hedera. Also, it looks like New Hampshire launches first Bitcoin. We love crypto in America too. Launches first Bitcoin-backed municipal bond. It's a $100 million Bitcoin conduit bond that could pave the way for digital assets to enter the $140 trillion global market, which, cool, happy for them. Love to see it. I also want to talk about Binance and chain analysis really quickly. So independent data from chain analysis and TRM is that illicit exposure on top of CEXs is a few hundredths of 1%. Binance is lower and down 96 to 98% since 2023. And they kind of talk about this, which I like. And one of the things that we don't talk about enough is what centralized exchanges do behind the scenes to kind of protect their users to an extent. So Binance did perform, according to this, perform other top centralized exchanges by keeping only 0.007% to 0.016 of the total volume linked to illicit wallets. And Binance is basically setting new benchmarks for AML standards by maintaining low illicit exposure despite processing over 90 billion and 270 million trades daily, which basically allows them to demonstrate a major role in fostering security, transparency, and adoption. And I like this. And the reason why is I know people get mad about Binance and whatever and Coinbase and all the centralized exchanges, but realistically at the same time, they report bad guys to the proper entities, which is important. There's a lot of bad guys, especially when you're dealing in a global market. There's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of extortion, whatever. So you might not like Binance for reason X, Y, and Z, but I think it's really admirable, or Coinbase for X, Y, and Z, or Kraken for X, Y, and Z, or Crypto.com, whatever it is. You can be mad at them, but they do a lot of things behind the scenes to protect people. So, and again, we don't know to the extent of what that is, but at least we can attribute to that because they have to do centralized stuff like KYC and AML. So anyways, wanted to say that. Also too, OCC confirmed permissible bank activities related to paying crypto asset network fees, which is, again, that's kind of crazy to see, right? Really, really crazy to see. Sorry, guys, I'm tired today. What up? Somebody said Gangster Wendy. I was actually listening. What was I listening to? I forgot. But you know what I'm seeing pop up on TikTok all the time? Pomona. You guys are messy over there. Pomona's so messy. I love the old set so much. It's just so messy over there. My baby is a Pomona baby. She loves it. She's such a little white girl, though. It's so funny. Anyways, but basically this just says that banks could use crypto to pay network fees for approved banking activities. We'll see how that works out. So again, realistically, at the end of the day, we're moving. We're getting there. We're getting there. TikTok just says out-of-pocket stuff. They're so ghetto over there. Oof. But, you know, it is what it is with the markets. I'll bring back to you guys, or I'll report back to you guys once I know what happened, what Mr. Powell says. Shout out to Lawrence. There he is with the $5 super chat. We were missing you, Mr. Lawrence. But I'll get back to you about what that happens and whatnot. But one of the things I do want to say really quickly is that as far as the market goes, we did feel the CME gap, but we're still not doing super great. So we'll kind of see what goes on. And again, Charles H. said that we might see some sort of privacy pump. And XRP spot ETF from Franklin Templeton goes live next week. Anyways, I got to go eat again. Sending y'all love and light. Bye, babies.